It's Matthew 24:45. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord have made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakor Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect pushing this word in sincerity and truth on the four corners of the earth. All right, I'm just back with another quick lesson. All right, I'm going to entitle this one, Strong Meat Belongeth to Those of Full Age. All right, and we know the meat and the milk is pertaining to the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, the milk, of course, being for babes, and the meat being for those who are of a full age. All right, and who are those that are of a full age? The apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right, and you have a lot of brothers that are, just watching, things transpire in Israel. They try to come up against the apostles because they feel as though they want their position. All right, so that's why brothers, so-called brothers, all right, because the real brother is going to stay in order, but these so-called brothers, they try to bite off more than they can chew, and they want to have the deep breakdowns. They want everybody to follow them as if they were the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, but these are men that's been, doing this work, before, even some of us were alive, before we even came up out of the spiritual world and took our, first breath of this life, in the flesh. They was doing the work, man. All right, so you gotta wait to get that meat in due season, and that's all up to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, when he's gonna bless you with the deep breakdowns, man. All right, now when you see brothers with these wayward breakdowns, it's just because they trying to outdo the apostles. They want, once again, they want Israel to follow them, but the Lord ain't set you up for Israel to follow you. So you gotta wait to get your meat in due season, man. All right. Some brothers you see, Salakia, some so-called brothers you see, they think, they just want to be stars, man. They see this truth as a way to, for themselves, for them to get some kind of light shine on them. But that ain't what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Once again, you gotta wait to get your meat in due season. Study, show diligence, all right? And if the Lord see fit, he will bless you, with more knowledge, man. But y'all don't want to wait for that. Y'all want to outshine the apostles. Y'all want to be the apostles, but the Lord ain't, the Lord ain't dealing with you like that. And you see that it's usually a brother that, Salakia, a so-called brother that break off from GMS, and now he's all knowledgeable, He got the name from Salakia. He got the name Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai from the apostles, but every other breakdown that the apostles have is wrong and all like that, because he wants to be the top dog, and it ain't about that, man. But I'm gonna have to Hebrews 5:12. For the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of Yahweh. All right, you got to be taught in this thing, man. And when you like the thing, like Salakia, but like when these Christians, all right, they go to church, they not asking the preacher questions. They just sitting there and be taught. Now we know they being taught the wrong thing. All right, but that's the same way you got to be in this truth, man. You just let the apostles teach you, man. Scriptures clearly say, hey, you got to be taught once again, man. You got to be, given the game in this thing, man. And we know the apostles is the only one giving it up like that, man. 30 years ain't nothing to scoff at, man. Probably over 30 years, 25, 30 years. That ain't nothing to scoff at. Even the young apostles, all right, the younger elders, man. 10, 15 years, that's not nothing to, turn your nose up at, man. These men have devoted their life to preaching the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, here you are, you maybe be, let's say, 1 to 5 years, man, and you think you got it all. You ain't got it all, man. You don't have it all, man. You need to stay in tune with what these men are preaching, because it's obvious for those who have a spiritual eye, that Yahweh Shema Shai is dealing with them to feed you, man. Feed you with what? The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures, man. And the only way that you gonna really receive that is if you humble down and just know, okay, these men are the teachers I gotta be taught, man. All right? Because a lot of these brothers, when they buck up against the apostles, you know, they want their position, man. You know how Jake is, man. Jake don't want to see nobody in no position above them like that. All right? Even with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, they don't want to listen. You know, so they get this knowledge and try to, you know, trample over the apostles, man. And that's not, you know what I'm saying, what needs to be going on. That's wicked, man. Because the whole, you know, the scriptures is about order, man. All right? Ye have need that one teach you again. Who is that? Who the Lord set up to teach you, man. All right? Because even our apostles in Great Millstone, they got elders, you know, or, you know, some of the elders went to the spiritual world, went back home. All right? But they got elders, man. Somebody taught them. All right? Now, the Lord may have, you know, accelerated the apostles, you know, but somebody taught them. They learned this from somebody. So, in turn, we got to learn this from them. All right? But it says, I'm going to start back at the top. For the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of Yahweh, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. All right? A lot of you brothers that think you deep and all that, you know, now you bucking up at the pot. You need milk, bro. You need the basics. You know, order, you know, being humble. All right? Moving with meekness. Respecting the elders, man.